Years ago, I really wanted to start getting into my own freelancing. I'd been freelancing for like 10 years, doing video work for like local governments. So I would record meetings like, outrageously boring stuff, nothing too interesting. So I wanted to get into more fulfilling work, I guess. Uh, and like I said, 2 years ago, I made the LLC with the help of my partner. We both made LLCs, and bought some equipment. Um, and now we're just kind of taking stuff as it comes. We're hoping to do like weddings and stuff. But this is definitely going to be a good uh, like this event coming up is going to be a good measure for how events can go because there's a lot to it. Sports media and just normal broadcasting media go hand in hand. A lot of you know, a lot of classes will have specialized things for sports that they do. Um, because like consider like you watch ESPN, like yeah, there's cameras all around the field. It's a like 100 different cameras getting different shots, but then there's also like the broadcasting room with the sportscasters, and there's people behind a desk, right? That's just a newsroom. Like that's the whole setup. So like I went to Eastern. Gabe also went is going to Eastern right now. Um, the communications program over there is really good. They have a whole TV studio and like a whole switcher board that they let you touch. It's hands on over there. So if you have the ability to, I would definitely take like TV courses or even radio broadcasting and radio editing is something I also did that really helped me out with getting to where I am today. Me starting for taking video, my first camera, which I still have and still use, is the Canon T5i. It is just a DSLR that can take video and has, interchangeable lenses. Um, it shoots at 1080p and is just perfectly fine for doing really whatever like media things you want to do. Um, I also use I started with Sony Vegas. I was pretty comfortable with that, but these days I use Premiere and Adobe, which isn't incredibly accessible. I have it through my work, but I would definitely recommend getting a license for Sony Vegas because it's pretty pretty easy to pick up, I'd say, if you're just getting into video editing. I think music is a huge part of it. Like you said, walkout music sets the stage for the tone. It goes back to like me DJing. Like the song that I scrutinized the most over while I was getting ready to to play songs was the first song. I would think about it for like half an hour every time I go to DJ. What's the first thing I'm gonna play to set off? Get the mood right, get people on the dance floor, just start getting things going. Um, but like for walkout music and like even just like promotional stuff, like you get like music with the right tone, and it can definitely like it'll catch an ear and then subsequently catch an eye. Like people will look at the screen after hearing it. Like you can't escape sound, but you can definitely capture some attention with it. Part of me doing this event is actually trying to get more into the not even the local scene, but just like the know, because I do have great respect for wrestling. I think it's a very it's a very cool sport, but it's also like an interesting art form. There's so much creativity that goes into productions, which I love about it. I'm really looking forward to adding what I can to this one event and hopefully events in the future. Sure. So one thing I've been putting a lot of my time and effort into recently is my podcast. I play Magic the Gathering. It's a trading card game. I don't know if you're aware.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, uh, Me and a couple buddies, like, it goes back to doing things because we're passionate about them. We're not like, we don't have a huge fan base or anything like that, but we have been putting a lot of time and effort, and I've been editing a lot of videos and doing a podcast, as you can imagine. Like, better than anyone, it takes time to put things together. Um, we we take the time to do this. It's called the MTG Homebrew Network. It's very the aesthetic of it is very like at home. I make like home videos on an old camera and make them like vlogs. It's been a really cool experience. So follow MTG Homebrew Network on YouTube. Join our Discord if you're interested in that. It's all the same name. All Trades Media LLC. That's my Gmail. If you have a sport or a event, or literally anything, All Trades is kind of all encompassing. That's kind of how I want it to be. I do video, photo, audio. I make music, whole lot of things. If you need anything media related, I can probably help you or point you in the right direction. That's kind of why I made the LLC, to more network than anything. Do your research. A lot of people passively like understand that broadcasting happens and that you're watching a television screen. But a lot goes into actually getting the screen, well, the information to your screen. So if you take it from camera to you watching it on television, try and figure out every single thing that happens in between, like from graphic designing lower thirds to audio designing the impacts and the theme music for like the broadcast you're watching, even to like the marketing side of all of it, is just kind of get a good scope for what it takes and what really what it means to be doing media for sports or just for anything in general. It's all kind of encompassing, and it's all it all is intertwined with each other. There's no like, there's people that specialize in one specific thing, and it's good to do that. You'll make a lot of money doing that. But if you have applicable knowledge to your thing that you do based on everything else that you've seen or witnessed doing, you'll be way better off understanding the workflow and the actual whole production of whatever you're trying to do. Accounting for Murphy's Law is not just making things not go wrong, it's allowing things to go wrong and then being able to deal with the consequences of that, whether that be having backup equipment or backup people or just starting over for something. Really accepting that when you're working in live events like what I'm doing, things will go wrong, and you just need to keep a level head and not get in your own head about things going wrong. Because at the end of the day, like, if it's something you could have prevented, sure, that might be your fault, but like, things go wrong all the time, and things you can't prevent go wrong all the time. So you just need to accept that things will go wrong, and you can do things about them, and you can try to work around them. A lot of working in media is problem solving, as I'm sure you know. Just keep a level head and try to work through problems without getting too frustrated, both at the equipment and at people, because sometimes that can happen as well.